London in the rain. It's days like this when you think, what's the point of learning Chinese characters? But guess what? That's life. We all have to deal with these things, right? Whatever our situation, if we're learning a foreign language or a task as difficult as learning Chinese characters, you're gonna have good days and bad days. You're gonna have times when you don't feel like doing anything at all. And that's why a routine is extremely important. You've got to have a routine, you've got to have a plan of the way that you're going to study on a daily basis, so that you've got something to kind of latch onto on those days when you simply don't feel like doing anything. So I've been thinking about routine and how to put together a good routine for learning Chinese characters. So golden rule number 1 of language learning routines that work is start small. Don't try and do too much, because you will not keep it up. At least I won't, and I know that about myself. So start small. And so what's the minimum thing that I can do every day to get the results I'm looking for? And for me, the target is to simply complete 1 lesson of the Haisig book per day. So I do it last thing at night. I sit in bed in the evening and I cover 1 lesson from Haisig, which is about, depends on the lesson, maybe 20 characters, 25 characters, and I study the mnemonics. So I look at the character, I read the story that he tells, create a strong mnemonic so I can I've got an anchor for that character, and that's what I do. That's the routine, that's the nightly thing. But obviously for learning characters that can't be enough. You actually have to practice you need some kind of repetition in order to make sure that it sticks. The mnemonic helps, but you've got to actually practice either recognizing it or writing it in order for it to stick. So that's the second part. And for repetition, this is where technology is really your friend. Now there's a few different ways you could do this. You could use a flashcard app and download one of the free pre-made cards that contain lists of Chinese characters. This is one that I found from Quizlet that has the characters from the exact book that I'm using, and you can just use the spaced repetition system to bring the characters back, and then you can practice writing them by hand. Alternatively, and this is what I recommend, is that you use this amazing app here called Scritter. Now it's kind of expensive, it's about $15 a month, but what you can do is you can download the list from popular textbooks. So I've downloaded the list of characters from Remembering the Hanzi, and then you actually can practice writing the character by itself. So it shows you, it brings it up, and then you practice writing it, and it is extremely useful to do that with, and there's so many features to this app. What I've actually done is turned off most of them because I don't want any help. I want to be able to simply focus on writing it. There are features where it can kind of give you hints on the stroke order and things like that. I've turned all that off. I've turned off the pinyin readings and everything in order to focus on the main thing that I'm using for Cantonese. So definitely recommend Scritter. Well worth checking out. You can use it for Japanese as well. So my routine is basically the evening revision of the lessons, and then during the day, whenever I've got a free few minutes, I get on Scritter and I practice repetition and actually writing the character.